You've been too tolerant for too long. You let people interrupt, mock, dismiss, and take from you, all while smiling to keep the peace. But peace built on your silence isn't peace. It's quiet self-betrayal. Some people mistake your kindness for weakness. They treat respect like a luxury and your time like an open buffet. That ends now. This isn't about anger. It's about reclaiming command over your energy and showing the world what enough looks like. When someone crosses your line, your reaction defines everything that happens next. You can either shrink or you can rise with quiet authority. This video, this message, will teach you how to respond with precision, not emotion. You'll learn to set boundaries that demand respect without ever raising your voice. From the wisdom of ancient Stoics to the psychology of modern power, we're about to rebuild how you carry yourself and how others treat you. Ready? Let's begin. When someone disrespects you, your first instinct is to defend yourself, to explain, to argue, to prove them wrong. Stop. You don't owe them your reaction. The Stoics taught that he who angers you conquers you, and nothing disarms a disrespectful person faster than your stillness. The next time someone crosses a line, don't respond with words. Just look at them, not with rage, not with sarcasm, with complete, composed presence. Hold their gaze without blinking, without fidgeting. That silence, it shakes them. It tells them, you don't control my emotional state. I've used this myself in tense rooms, business meetings, family tables, even confrontations with people who thrive on provoking others. The moment I stopped reacting and simply looked, the energy changed. Their arrogance turned to unease. Their smirk faded. They realized I wasn't someone who could be played. That calm, unbroken stare isn't aggression. It's dominance rooted in control. It says, you've revealed your weakness. Mine is still hidden. Silence is not weakness. It's strategy. Most people fear silence because they can't control it. They rush to fill it with nervous talk, excuses, or fake laughter. But when you master silence, you master the room. The person who disrespects you wants noise. They want your reaction, your defense, your loss of composure. Don't give it to them. Just breathe, hold your ground, and say nothing. In that pause, they start to crumble. Their words echo back to them, revealing their own insecurity. You become the mirror that exposes their smallness. I've seen people apologize without me saying a word, not because I demanded it, but because my silence forced them to confront themselves. Silence communicates, you're not worth my energy. It's the language of emotional discipline, the same control Marcus Aurelius wrote about. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. The next time someone crosses your boundary, answer with silence. Let your composure be the lesson they never forget. You don't owe anyone an explanation for how you live. Not your family, not your friends, not your coworkers. Every time you explain yourself to people who don't respect you, you hand them your power. You give them permission to question what's not theirs to control. Why didn't you go to that event? Why did you quit that job? Why did you choose that path? The answer is simple. Because I wanted to. That's it. When you stop explaining, you stop seeking validation. You train your mind to stand on its own conviction. The Stoics believe that freedom begins when you stop caring about the opinions of the crowd, when your reason becomes your anchor, not their approval. People will always project their fears onto your choices. Let them. Your job is to live, not to justify. The moment you stop defending your path, you reclaim your direction. Let your silence be your statement, your confidence your shield, and your peace your reward. You don't have to announce your boundaries. You enforce them through distance. When someone repeatedly disrespects you, stop arguing, stop explaining, stop trying to make them understand. Just pull back. Detach your attention. That's where your real power lives. People can't manipulate what they can't access. Think of your energy as a fortress. Not everyone deserves an open gate. The Stoics taught detachment not as coldness, but as self-mastery. Seneca said, associate with those who will make you a better man. That means cutting off those who drain you, confuse you, or challenge your peace. Let them feel your absence. Let them wonder why your energy no longer flows toward them. That silence and space will say what words never could. You no longer have access to me. The weak chase validation. The strong protect their energy. So step back, observe, guard your time like it's sacred, because it is. Most people waste years trying to prove their worth to those determined not to see it. You explain, you defend, you repeat yourself, hoping they'll finally respect you. Stop. The more you try to convince them, the more you train them to devalue you. Power isn't proven through debate. It's demonstrated through detachment. When you walk away in silence, you're saying, I choose peace over your chaos. That's not weakness. That's dominance in its purest form. I've seen it in meetings, in friendships, in relationships. The moment you stop engaging with disrespect, the dynamic dies. The aggressor loses oxygen. Walking away reclaims your dignity instantly. Remember this truth. Energy flows where attention goes. Every second spent arguing with a fool is a second stolen from your purpose. So next time someone tries to bait you, don't react. Just stand up. Leave and let your silence echo louder than any insult ever could. Respect isn't demanded through words. It's radiated through presence. The way you walk, the way you look, the way you stand communicates more than any argument ever will. When you enter a room, do it with quiet authority. Shoulders straight, chin up, eyes calm. That posture tells the world, I know who I am, and I bow to no one. The weak overtalk to prove power. The strong embody it. Marcus Aurelius never needed to shout. His power came from composure, from the way he carried himself. You can feel that same energy when someone fully controls their emotions. People sense it instinctively. They either rise to meet your level or shrink in discomfort. Your task is simple. Master your presence until you no longer need to prove anything. Walk with the discipline of someone who has nothing to hide, nothing to chase, and nothing to fear. That's true strength, the kind that speaks without words. People are always watching, not to admire, but to measure your reaction. When they test your limits, what they're really doing is checking if you'll collapse under pressure. Don't give them that satisfaction. Keep your composure like a blade kept sharp in silence. The Stoics called it apatheia, the disciplined state where emotion obeys reason. It doesn't mean you feel nothing. It means you feel everything and still choose restraint. When someone tries to humiliate you, keep your tone calm, your face unreadable. The more you stay composed, the more they reveal their own lack of control. Losing your cool means losing command. Every time you keep your calm, you strengthen your internal armor. You show them that your mind is untouchable. Remember, people only have as much power as your reaction gives them. Stay grounded, breathe slowly, and let their chaos crumble against your silence. The moment you start fighting for respect, you've already lost it. Because true respect isn't demanded. It's earned through how you carry yourself when others are watching. And when they're not, the person who begs for respect gets pity. The one who embodies it gets silence, attention, and space. Your goal is not to convince anyone that you're worthy. It's to become someone whose discipline makes disrespect impossible. People sense boundaries before you speak a word. They feel your energy, your stillness, your standards, the way you say no without anger, the way you maintain eye contact without flinching, the way you don't explain your decisions. Respect flows naturally toward those who have mastered themselves. So stop chasing it. Become it. Make every action a message. I know my value. And those who don't recognize it, let them exit quietly. That's not loss. That's purification. Disrespect only hurts when you react from emotion instead of reason. The Stoics train daily to remain unmoved, to be the calm eye in every storm. That's your standard now. Every insult, interruption, or passive-aggressive jab is a test of your internal thermostat. Do you let them raise your temperature, or do you stay cool while they burn out? Anger is energy leaking out of control. Composure is energy harnessed with purpose. When you stay centered, you're untouchable. You teach people that your peace is not up for negotiation. This level of control isn't repression, it's direction. You're choosing when and where your emotions serve you, not the other way around. Picture yourself as a mountain. Storms come, winds rage, but the mountain remains. That's what emotional discipline looks like. Don't match their chaos. Stay still, stay sharp, and let them drown in the noise they created. You can't explain strength to someone who's built their life on weakness. You can't teach self-respect to people who only understand attention. When you try, you drain yourself. Stop wasting your words on those who haven't earned your energy. The disciplined don't chase understanding, they live it. Every time you explain your choices to small minds, you're stepping off your throne to kneel before their opinions. Why? Let them misunderstand you. Let them whisper, guess, and criticize. That's the price of being untouchable. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." That's the rule. Be the example, not the explainer. Your results will speak for you. Your peace will silence them louder than your defense ever could. Some people only learn through distance, through your absence, through realizing they can't access your calm anymore. That's your quiet revenge, dignity through restraint. Silence unsettles the insecure because it exposes their noise. The moment you stop reacting, they start unraveling. They mistake your calm for confusion. But it's actually strategy. Every second you stay quiet, they lose control of the game they were trying to play. People who disrespect you feed on reaction, your irritation, your explanations, your emotional rise. When you deny them that fuel, they choke on their own emptiness. That's power. Seneca wrote, "To be provoked by insult is to acknowledge it." Remember that when you respond, you agree. When you stay silent, you rise. Your stillness becomes a mirror that forces them to confront their own weakness. So, the next time someone tries to bait you, give them nothing. No words, no reaction, no validation. Let them talk into the void. They'll hear their own echo and realize it's not power they're feeling, it's exposure. Because it does. Every time you argue with fools, justify your decisions, or absorb someone's disrespect, you drain the energy meant for your own growth. You have a limited supply of focus, willpower, and calm, and most people waste it defending their worth to the wrong audience. Stop! Protect your energy like a warrior guards his sword. It's not arrogance, it's discipline. The Stoics didn't waste time fighting petty battles. They conserved strength for what truly mattered, their mind, their duty, their purpose. You must do the same. Not everyone deserves access to your attention. Treat your focus like sacred currency. Spend it where it multiplies, not where it bleeds. The more you protect your energy, the stronger your presence becomes. People will sense your distance and either rise to meet your standard or fade away completely. Either outcome serves your peace, that's not loss, that's liberation. When words fail, silence can cut deeper than any shout. But distance is the final statement. You don't announce it, you don't explain it. You simply disappear, emotionally, mentally, physically. People who disrespect you expect confrontation, not absence. They expect drama, not disappearance. When you remove yourself, you remove their power. The Stoics understood this long before psychology named it detachment. It's not running away, it's rising above. When you step back, you create space for perspective. You start to see clearly who feeds your soul and who feeds off it. Don't chase closure. Don't seek apology. Just walk quietly, confidently, completely. Those who valued you will notice. Those who didn't will replace you with noise. Either way, you win. Detachment is not the death of emotion. It's the birth of clarity. Let your distance do the talking. It tells them everything words never could. Every step you take in life tells the world what you believe about yourself. If you walk uncertain, you invite disrespect. If you move with quiet conviction, people adjust. They sense authority before you even speak. The Stoics didn't wear crowns. They carried presence. Marcus Aurelius ruled not by shouting, but by standing still while others panicked. You can do the same. Walk like you know exactly where you're going, even when no one understands the path. Keep your head high, your back straight, your pace steady. That posture becomes your armor. It silently declares, I know my worth. I answer to purpose, not approval. People treat you based on the energy you project. So carry yourself like a person who demands respect through discipline, not noise. Don't announce your value, embody it. The world bows to certainty, not desperation. Be the proof that inner order commands outer respect. You're not meant to be understood by everyone, especially by those who live without standards. The moment you start shrinking your values to fit the comfort zones of weaker minds, you betray your own evolution. Some people will call your boundaries ego. Others will call your silence arrogance. Let them. That's the language of the undisciplined. You weren't made to please. You were made to grow. The Stoics lived by principle, not popularity. They refused to bend for the crowd because truth doesn't negotiate. When you stop lowering your standards, you'll notice something. The noise fades. The real ones remain. The ones who fear your growth will disappear. Good. That's how the path narrows for the strong. Never apologize for expecting respect, loyalty, effort, or honesty. Those are non-negotiables for a person of discipline. The moment you stop explaining your standards, you start embodying them. And that's when power becomes permanent. There are two kinds of people, those who protect their peace and those who sell it cheap for approval. Which one are you? Every time you let someone disrespect you without consequence, you teach them how to treat you. Every time you stay quiet to keep the peace, you confirm their control. The Stoics didn't beg for respect, they embodied it. Epictetus said, "You may fetter my leg, but not even Zeus has power over my will." That's self-respect, the kind that can't be bargained. Stop explaining why you deserve better. Stop negotiating your worth. You set the standard once. If they cross it, they lose access immediately. No drama, no debates, just distance. True discipline is knowing when to walk away, not because you're angry, but because you refuse to shrink. Every time you choose self-respect over approval, your confidence compounds. You become a fortress, and no one disrespects a fortress that stands firm. The loudest person in the room isn't the most powerful. The calmest one is. People who can't control their emotions will always lose to those who can. The Stoics called it self-command, and it's the foundation of all strength. When someone disrespects you, they want your reaction, they want your fire, your proof that they've gotten under your skin. Don't give it to them. Your composure becomes your weapon, the one who keeps his tone low, his breathing steady, and his eyes unshaken. That's the one who owns the moment. I've seen entire rooms fall silent when a man of discipline refuses to engage in chaos. You don't win arguments by being louder. You win by being immovable. Control the tempo. Speak slowly. Move deliberately. Let them drown in their own noise while you remain unshaken. Remember, emotion is their battlefield. Reason is yours. Stay on your ground, and you'll never lose. The weak waste time plotting revenge. The strong transform that energy into progress. The best way to destroy those who disrespected you is to outgrow them, quietly, relentlessly. You don't argue, you evolve. You don't shout, you succeed. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." Understand what that means. Your growth is their defeat. Every act of discipline, every ounce of restraint, every silent hour you spend improving yourself is a strike they'll never see coming. When they look back and realize they no longer affect you, that their words no longer reach you, that their presence no longer shakes you, that's the revenge. You've ascended to a level where they simply don't exist. Let their insults echo in the emptiness below you. Don't return fire. Rise. The warrior doesn't chase battles beneath his rank. He keeps climbing, and his silence becomes his victory song. In a world addicted to reaction, calm is rebellion. People expect you to snap, argue, explain. They want your peace because they can't find their own. That's why calm people look dangerous. They operate from control, not chaos. The Stoics mastered this long before psychology gave it a name. They didn't suppress emotion, they commanded it. Every breath you take before reacting is a declaration of power. When they insult you, pause. When they mock you, breathe. When they expect anger, give them silence. That composure turns their aggression into embarrassment. Your stillness exposes their weakness. Remember, control isn't passive, it's strategic. It's the art of conserving energy for what matters. Let others waste theirs proving points. You'll conserve yours, building empires. Your calm isn't apathy, it's precision. It's the quiet confidence of someone who doesn't need to prove anything. Because mastery speaks louder than emotion ever will. Every time you let someone's words occupy your thoughts, you give them rent-free space in your head. And most of them will haven't earned that privilege. Guard your mental space like it's sacred ground, because it is. The Stoics called this inner citadel. A fortress within that, no insult, rumor, or rejection can breach unless you open the gates. So ask yourself, who are you letting inside? The critic who never built anything. The gossip who thrives on distraction. The friend who drains instead of strengthens. Lock the door. You don't need to explain your silence. You're protecting your energy. The undisciplined react to everything. The wise choose their battles. Reclaim control of your thoughts, and your peace becomes unbreakable. Your mind is your empire, and an empire collapses when it lets every voice echo inside its walls. So defend it, rule it, and never hand over your power through reaction. The easiest person to control is the one who reacts. The hardest person to manipulate is the one who doesn't. That's who you must become, untouchable. When someone tries to provoke you, they're testing your emotional leash. They want to see how quickly they can pull it. But when you stay still, when your face doesn't move, when your tone doesn't change, you break their control. You become unpredictable, and unpredictability is power. The Stoics trained themselves to be unmoved by insult or praise, because both make you dependent on others. You must be free from both. Let the world spin, let people talk, and remain centered. Nothing confuses manipulators more than someone they can't emotionally move. Their greatest weapon, your reaction, is gone. Now they're powerless. That's when they realize you're not just calm, you're sovereign. You control yourself, and therefore, you control the entire dynamic. Talkers defend, doers demonstrate. The more you argue with small minds, the more you sink to their level. Stop trying to convince, prove, or explain. Just move. The Stoics acted from principle, not impulse. They didn't waste words where action could speak louder. You don't need to tell someone you've changed. Let your habits show it. You don't need to say you've grown. Let your discipline prove it. When someone disrespects you, your best response isn't an argument, it's progress. Nothing silences critics faster than consistency. While they're still talking, you're already building. Every hour you spend debating is an hour stolen from your evolution. Let them bark. You build, let them gossip. You grind, your results will humiliate their noise. Never forget, your silence and your success are a combination. No insult can touch. Speak less, move sharper. Your work will speak for generations after your words fade. You don't owe the world constant access to you. The more available you are, the less you're valued. Distance creates respect. Scarcity builds demand. People who constantly disrespect your time do it because you've trained them to believe they can. That ends now. The Stoics protected their solitude like a sacred ritual because solitude sharpens focus, and focus breeds power. Make yourself hard to reach, not out of arrogance, but discipline. Be selective with your replies, your presence, your energy. Don't attend every argument you're invited to. Don't respond to every message meant to trigger you. Every ignored distraction strengthens your control. Remember, those who always chase attention lose it. Those who withdraw from noise become magnetic. Silence is not absence, it's elevation. Protect your time like a fortress, and the world will learn that access to you is a privilege, not a right. In a world that glorifies chaos, calm is rare, and rarity is power. The modern world teaches you to react fast, post everything, argue online, prove your worth every day. That's noise. Real strength is the man or woman who walks through fire without shouting about the flames. The Stoics understood this centuries ago. Peace isn't weakness, it's control. When you stop needing validation, your peace becomes unshakable. People will sense it, they'll test it, envy it, even try to break it, but they can't touch what you've mastered within. Calm is your luxury. Serenity is your flex. The undisciplined waste their morning scrolling. You spend yours building. They react to gossip. You respond to purpose. They're loud because they need attention. You're quiet because you already have it, from yourself. Let them chase noise. You chase mastery. And in time, your silence will speak louder than their entire existence. When you start to change, people will get uncomfortable. They'll say you've changed like it's a crime. Of course you have. That's the point. You're not supposed to stay who you were when you tolerated disrespect, wasted time, and lived for approval. The Stoics didn't explain their growth, they lived it. When you evolve, you threaten the comfort of the stagnant. They'll criticize what they can't comprehend. Let them. Don't defend your discipline. Don't justify your silence. You're not cold, you're focused. You're not distant, you're protecting peace. You're not arrogant, you're aware of your worth. Explaining your transformation to small minds is like teaching a blind man about color. They won't see it, and it's not your job to make them. Keep walking. Keep growing. Let your results tell the story. The higher you rise, the quieter your explanations must become. Greatness doesn't announce itself, it arrives. Most people fear being alone because it forces them to face themselves. But solitude is where real power is built. The Stoics sought isolation not to escape the world, but to understand it. You can't master your emotions if you're always surrounded by noise. You can't find your purpose if you're constantly reacting to others. Sit with yourself. No phone, no validation, no audience. That's where truth speaks. That's where strength grows. The undisciplined crave company because silence exposes their weakness. You must crave solitude because silence sharpens your spirit. Every great mind in history walked alone for a season. Marcus Aurelius in his journal, Seneca in exile, Epictetus in slavery. They didn't seek approval, they sought mastery. Learn to enjoy your own presence so deeply that no disrespect, rejection, or loneliness can shake you. When you become at peace with solitude, you become impossible to control. You've already found everything within. Every time you doubt your new standards, You're negotiating with the weaker version of you, the one who tolerated too much, spoke too soon, and settled too often. That version must die. The Stoics believed rebirth comes through discipline, not comfort. You don't grow by feeling ready. You grow by refusing to go backward. When that old voice whispers, "Be nice," let it go. Explain yourself. Recognize it as the echo of who you used to be. You're not that person anymore. You've chosen strength over approval, peace over people-pleasing, clarity over chaos. The old self survives through habit. Starve it. Starve it of reaction, validation, and excuses. Every time you say no when you used to say yes, you bury that weaker self deeper. You're not losing softness. You're gaining control. Don't mourn the old you. Thank them for getting you this far, and then outgrow them completely. Peace isn't something you earn after chaos. It's the standard you start from. The Stoics didn't wait for calm circumstances to find calm minds. They built inner stability so strong that no insult, storm, or betrayal could shake it. You can do the same. Stop treating peace like a luxury and start treating it like oxygen. Protect it before the world demands it from you. Guard your mornings, your focus, your inner tone. Don't let random people, bonus, or opinions decide your emotional weather. Your peace must become automatic, non-negotiable, and fiercely protected. When your mind is still, everything else becomes clear. Decisions, direction, discipline. Peace isn't passive, it's armor. It's what allows you to move through life with precision instead of panic. You can't control the world, but you can always control your state. And that calm consistency, that's what terrifies the undisciplined most. This is where everything changes. No more tolerating disrespect. No more explaining your boundaries. No more leaking your energy into people who drain you. From this moment forward, every breath, every silence, every step you take must declare one truth. I respect myself too much to be disrespected by anyone. That's not arrogance, that's alignment. The Stoics lived by it. You can too. Speak less, act sharper, protect your peace like it's your mission. When someone tries to pull you back into old patterns, pause, breathe, and remember, they only win if you react. You win by staying still, by choosing self-command over chaos. The modern world glorifies noise. You'll rise through discipline. Walk tall, stay calm, and let your presence speak louder than your defense. The world respects the composed. So, hold your head high, warrior. Respect starts and ends with you, warrior. The message is simple. Stop waiting for the world to change. Become the change. The Stoics didn't talk about discipline. They lived it. Every silence, every controlled breath, every boundary you set is another brick in the fortress of your self-respect. So today, draw your line. Stop explaining. Stop reacting. Stop letting small minds pull you out of your peace. From this moment forward, carry yourself like the one who commands their world from within. If this message spoke to you, take action, not tomorrow. Now, build your discipline, protect your peace, and live by principle, not approval. Leave your comments below the video. I read everyone. Tell me what truth hit you hardest and what you're changing starting today. Thanks for listening. This is Stoic Psychology, where we turn philosophy into power. Stay strong, stay focused, and remember, respect starts and ends with you.